Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 2 and we pick up today exactly where we left off in the last episode as we bowl the first ever over of our career, hoping to fare a little bit better than we did with the bat. Obviously it's still early days and we never expected our debut to be brilliant, but hopefully we can do something special with the ball just to give a little bit of positivity to our debut. But firstly, before we get into the match action, a massive thank you to all of you who watched the first episode. I really do appreciate the support with a brand new game on the channel, and for those of you that came and followed our Ashes Test playthrough as well, I really do appreciate it. I can't thank you enough for the support, and if you did miss the first episode of this career series, do click on the eye above to go and catch up with it. We had the first ever batting innings of our career. I've already said it didn't go entirely smoothly, but it is worth catching up with as we outlined our plans for the career as well. We will be continuing this career mode series with 3 episodes a week, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday, so if you're new to the channel or you're enjoying the series, then do subscribe for regular Cricket 19 content, as well as our daily FM19 stories, which will continue long term. We will briefly go and have a look at the scorecard in a moment, just to see in a bit more detail what's happened in the match so far. Obviously you've got an overview on the screen there. But the main aim of this career is very simple. We want to emulate Alistair Cook and fill that void at the opening of the England innings. The left-handed opening batsman is something that was really missing, and we saw that ourselves when we were doing the Ashes Test playthrough, as the openers were so far below the standard of the rest of the England team. To give it a little bit of variety, we have set ourselves as a batting all-rounder, and it means we will get the odd few overs, like we're about to see in this episode. After this match, we will go off camera and try and get through a few games, just to get used to career mode, get used to not being a world-class player, and try and develop and get into a bit of form, before we come back and show you a shorter form game, either a T20 or a 50 over match. But I had to show you both sides of the debut, so we're going to go and get into our bowling innings now. I've no idea how many overs we're going to get, but we'll be back in a moment with the first ball of our career. Well, it looks like we've got a slight change of plan, unfortunately. There was a little bit of a glitch. We had an update since the last episode, and when we went in to continue the match, unfortunately the game froze, and the only way we could bypass it was by simulating through the rest of the match. So we did take 1 wicket, but obviously it was nothing to do with us, and in the second innings we didn't do much better with the bat. But we are going to get into this 50 over game today against Oldham, show you the second match of our career. Hopefully we'll be able to bat again and do a little bit better than last time. I can't imagine we'll get many overs with the ball, particularly in a one-day game where saving runs is so important. Perhaps they'll trust us with it, but I'm not sure that'll be the case in this one. But obviously the main objective is this career is to emulate Alistair Cook, and for that we need to be good with the bat. One of the problems I have had as we get into this one-day match against Oldham is that because we did the Ashes Test playthrough before, we were playing against such fast bowlers that we were ending up playing through the shots very quickly, and once we started playing with leads and there were 5 or 10 less miles per hour on every delivery, we unfortunately weren't able to adapt to that, and that's why we chopped onto our stumps early on in the first episode where we got out for 2. But we're going to go and get into this game against Oldham. Just a standard pitch for this one, another very hot day, but let's go and get into the match and we'll be back in a moment with the toss. Okay, after that slight hiccup, we're into the second game of our career, our first ever go at short form cricket. 50 over cricket should suit us quite well, as we like to run a lot of singles but don't want to take too many risks. We are opening the batting as number 2 again, so hopefully we'll get plenty of time in the middle, but it just depends on whether we're batting or bowling first, which will determine what sort of episode you see from here. So let's go and get into the toss, see what the 2 captains will do. Leeds to toss the coin, what's it going to be? It has landed on tails, Leeds have won the toss, and hopefully our captain is going to bat first, just to give us an opportunity to see some batting. Let's see what he goes for. He's chosen to bat, so we'll be back in a moment with our first ball at the crease. Okay, we're at the crease for our first ball. It was 9 off the first over from Crompton. It looks like there was 1 extra there as well. I'm just going to defend the first ball, and we've managed to make a hash of that as well. For any of you wondering, we are playing on classic controls, which is the same ones that we used as standard in Don Bradman Cricket 14 and 17. It just means that it's a bit more challenging and rewarding to me, so I'm going to do that for the foreseeable future. We played that one a bit later, which worked out well, and after a couple of defensive shots, we've now probably got to look at getting off the mark. We're hoping we'll get something that can drift down the leg side, just to get an easy single to start us off. It looks like that our co-opener's being the aggressor, so it does mean that we can afford to be a bit more patient as we play through that one too early again, and unfortunately it's going to be another dot ball. We're not looking any more confident than last time, and with half the over gone, that's a bit of a concern. We've played through that one, and that's a much better stroke, but it has gone straight to the man at mid-off. One ball left in the over, the field's a bit more spread for this one, so can we find somewhere on the leg side? Hopefully he'll give us a friendly delivery. We've nicked it through and we're out for a duck. What a disastrous start to our career this is. We played so well in the Ashes Test playthrough and we just cannot get going in this one. We played at one outside off stump, a really thick edge and straight through to the keeper. We've had 2 games so far and we put a combined 2 runs on in 2 innings. A disastrous spell, and we've just been a burden to our team there. So we'll go through the rest of the batting innings and hopefully we'll get a chance to redeem ourselves with the ball. Leeds have done terribly. They're out for under 100 I think, and it looks like it's been won already. We're not going to get a chance at the crease. An absolutely terrible display from the team, and at least we weren't the only one that failed with the bat. Oldham won by 10 wickets. We got out for less than 100, and let's go and have a look at the scorecard to see where it all went wrong. You can see it was obviously a bad decision from the captain to bat first. We're all out for 97, the top scorer on 33. Oldham made it look like a completely different pitch, and unfortunately they got to the score very quickly. That's an absolute disaster for us. So just to confirm, we were out for a duck off 6 balls, and that's 2 runs in 2 innings on camera now. Certainly not the best start to our career. The good thing is we're going to get to see some more action now, as that one was very short, and we'll be back in a moment with our T20 game, where hopefully we'll finally get some runs on the board. Let's go and have a look at who we're playing against. Our progress is pretty good there. We have got to level 2 now. We've got 1 skill point available, so we're certainly going to spend it on batting. I think we have to go for the attacking stroke, just to try and give ourselves a little bit more finesse with the bat. For some reason our shirt name's changed from Leeds to Australia there. I'm not quite sure why, because I'm an Englishman, but we'll not worry about that for now. It only becomes an issue if we end up being picked for Australia. It shouldn't happen as an Englishman, but some strange things have happened already in this career. We've used our skill point on attacking then, and we'll be back in a moment with our game against Barnsley as we get off the mark in the T20 series. Back for the first T20 game of our career then, we're going away to Barnsley. Again, it's a standard pitch. It's a little bit cooler today. I'm not sure if that will help us or not. I think we're going to need more than weather on our side if we're going to start adding some runs in this career. We know we can do it with top class players, as we did in our Ashes Test playthrough, but are we going to be able to do it here? I've not got much confidence in myself at the moment, but hopefully that will change soon. If you are enjoying seeing me struggle, do put a thumbs up on the video and let me know if you're struggling as much, just to try and make me feel a bit better. We'll be back in a moment for the toss in this one to see if we'll be batting or bowling first. Okay, we're back for the toss in our T20 game against Barnsley. Leeds are calling this time, so let's see how our skipper gets on. We are listed as number 2, so we will be opening the batting if we are batting first, but Barnsley have won the toss and they're probably going to decide here. Let's see what they go for. A decent pitch, I'd imagine they'll probably bat, but they haven't, they've chosen to bowl, so we'll be seeing some more batting in this episode. Hopefully it won't be as disastrous as that one-day game, but we'll be back in a moment for our first ball to find out. Okay, we're back at the crease and it's our first ball in T20 cricket. We're 5 without loss after 5 balls. Not for ourselves but for our batting partner. Although we've missed one down the leg side there, I think that's going to be given as a wide. So we'll face that delivery again, and we've managed to add a run to the scorecard without having to do anything ourselves. Hopefully he'll give us a leg side delivery again, just so we can flick it away. And it's that short ball outside leg stump, and I know we could have left that for another wide, but I just wanted to make sure that we got a run. And we end the over with a single, lead 7 without loss, and we've got off the mark with our first run of the episode. Okay, we retained a strike after that single. There's not many gaps in the field here, so we're hoping for a leg side delivery, as I don't really want to risk going over the top for now. We really connected well with that one outside off stump, but unfortunately it's straight to the man at cover, and it's just going to be a dot ball. Second ball of the over, can we get something that we can flick off the hips? It's a short ball outside off stump, it's another good shot but it's straight to the man. We're just picking out the fielders at the moment. Another dot ball despite a brilliant shot. Our timing is improving though, so that's something that is quite impressive. It's important to us that we continue to improve, even if the scores don't reflect it immediately. We've got a chance to flick one away there, but unfortunately we've missed it completely. Halfway through the over and we're yet to score, and this is starting to resemble the last match again. again. 3 balls left in the over. Can we finally find some runs from somewhere? It's outside off stump, a short delivery, and it's straight to the man at mid-off. I'm really starting to get frustrated, and although with this timing we could go over the top, you know the one time we do go for it, we'll probably make a complete hash of it. This one's outside off stump. We're going to try and charge through for a single, just to get off strike, which we've managed to do. There was never a run there, but we just had to take the chance. We're back on strike for the start of the third. Bradshaw, the new bowler, to come in. It's outside leg stump again. It's a bit of a slinging delivery, but we flicked it to the leg side and we should get 2 here. We are going to try and charge back, although this one's going to be tight, but we just make it for 2 and we move on to 4. 2.1 overs gone and we've got our biggest score on camera so far. Okay, second ball of the over. Can we keep the run rate ticking along? We obviously want to try and get our strike rate up to 100, particularly playing in a T20. But again, we've got through that one far too early. Bradshaw's bowling in the 120 kilometres an hour, and we really need to take the shots on a bit later, or we're going to get caught out LBW. We played that one later, and that one, if anything, was a bit too late. It's outside leg stump, and we're going to be able to nick 2 here, are we? We're not. It's just going to be a single, but we get ourselves off strike. It might be given as a leg bye. It doesn't look like it has been, so we must have got an edge, and we move on to 5 off 9 balls. Halfway through the over, let's see if we can get a score. We're not halfway through it anymore, as there's been 2 more deliveries, and we managed to get a single off the final ball. Leeds move on to 23, and we move on to 6 after 3 overs. We're starting to build an innings which is slightly promising. Hopefully we'll fare better than the last 2 times. It's when we go for the big shots we'll have the test. Will we be able to time them right? Horn back in for the 4th over. He's already bowled 1 in this innings. It's outside off stump and we play through it beautifully. That one's going to reach the boundary, you know. It beats the man at mid-off and we've got our first boundary of our career. It only took 3 innings and that's a lovely shot, a traditional drive. And we're now on to 10 off 11 balls. Into double figures and things are starting to look rosy. It's the 2nd ball of the 4th over. Can we repeat this one? We've left that through to the keeper as it's very much a wide and there's going to be another run added to Leeds' score. I know we could be selfish and try to play at these, but at the moment we've just got to make sure we get runs on the board to put Leeds in a winning position. Horn charging in again, short ball this time. We've played it a little bit late and it's straight to the man at mid-off for a dot. I'm getting very excitable after that boundary. Probably need to calm down a little bit. Another one outside off stump, and this time we play a miss and nearly get an edge through to the keeper. So we probably need to calm down and start to focus again, or we're going to get out very quickly. There's not many gaps in the field. They've obviously only allowed 2 men outside the circle, and they've tried to cover that one to the leg side, although that's over the batsman's head and should be another wide from the umpire. He obliges and gives the run, and we've got another delivery to face. Still only halfway through the over, and although we've not scored many runs, we're adding to the total nicely as we get in a lot of wides. There's space on the leg side, but the ball's outside off stump, and we've chopped on again. The 2nd time in 3 innings we've done that. Yes, we made it to double figures, and it is slight progress, but we've played through the shot a little bit too early again, and unfortunately it's gone straight onto the stumps and taken off the bails at the top. So we are out for 10, but there is some progress, and we did get the first boundary of our career. So we'll go through and see what the lead score was, and hopefully we'll get a little chance with the ball. Okay, we're back for our first ever delivery with the ball on camera. We got through our 20 overs with Leeds, finishing on 167 for 5. Obviously we're not on the top scorers chart as we only managed to get 10 runs, but we did get a boundary which I'm very proud of, and hopefully we'll be able to do well with the ball. Barnsley are 110 for 2. They're well ahead of the required run rate. They need 57 off 7 overs, and I think they'll get there no problem. We're going to be the key in stopping that as we've been brought into the attack now. If we do really well, we have got a chance to get our 4 overs, but as a batting all-rounder, I think we'll just be in for 1 or 2. You might recognise the field a little bit. It's pretty much a variation of the one we used with Moeen Ali in the test match in our Ashes test play for a few weeks ago. It's our favourite field for spin bowling, and we're going to stick with it today. So it's T20, so we're not going to try too many tricks. We're going to do some standard off-break deliveries and then throw in the odd doosra. A good line and length, and hopefully that'll work out. We've got a little bit of an edge there. Is that going going to be an LBW shout. I think it may have missed the bat, and it did hit the pads, but it was just outside the line of leg stump, and we haven't quite got enough spin in our deliveries yet. But a dot ball to start the over, we couldn't have asked for much more than that. So we're going to bowl it a bit straighter this time. It's been flicked away to the leg side, but it should just be a single as the fielder cuts it off on the boundary. A good start to the over, just one conceded off the first two balls. We've got the new batsman on strike now, and hopefully he's going to be vulnerable early on. So we will go for the standard off break delivery again. We just want to try and cramp him up in his crease. He's tried to play outside off stump there, but that's going to be a dot ball as well, and that's a brilliant start to the over from us. So we're just one ball away from a magnificent over here. One ball left and we could play out an over for one, although they probably will attack the last ball, particularly as the run rate's creeping up. But we could change the game. It's an edge off the outside of the bat, and it's going to crawl away for at least two. The fielder will get there in the end, but that's really hard bit of luck. We could have had our first wicket, but instead it's gone for 2 runs. Just 3 off the over though. It was fantastic, and hopefully we'll get at least one more. I can see we're coming back into it now. Whoever's bowling alongside us must have had a shocker, as the run rate's gone up to 8.6. We had them needing 55 off 36, so they must have got 16 off the last over. Let's get into our second and see if we can take a crucial wicket. It looks like there was one in the last over too. Hopefully we'll be able to add another. Okay, into our second over, and it's the same plan again. It worked really well in the first, and if we do lose this match, it's not going to be because of us. Just a single off the first ball. The man at deep forward mid wicket gets there. Just a single to start, and that's not bad in truth. New batsman on strike, and it's a left-hander this time, so we're going to come back over the wicket instead, see if we can catch him out by delivering a wrong-un that goes away from him. Again, we haven't got much spin on it at the moment, so it is going to be difficult early on, but it is just a single. We're doing our job. It's a shame the same pressure isn't coming from the other end. 2 balls into the over, and just 2 singles off it so far. We'll go for a standard delivery this time, halfway through another very good over, and it looks like we're going to be economical. Did that one get an edge on it? I think he might be out, you know. We've got our first wicket of our career, a boundary and a wicket in the same episode. I'm a very happy man today. Hopefully we can start a collapse there, a very thin edge on the ball, and a brilliant catch by the wicket keeper as we take our first wicket in an economical over. Just 2 runs off it so far, and Phoenix Bradshaw's out for 3. The new batsman Edwards in, and we're going to go for the same plan again. A standard delivery. They've worked so well so far, and he's gone attacking with the first ball, but it's just a dot ball. We're carrying on our economical spell, just 1 for 5 off 1.5 overs. Fantastic work, and hopefully we'll become the new Rashid Khan as well. It's going to be a switch hit from the batsman. Didn't see that in previous editions of the game. A really nice addition that one is, but the same result for us as the bowler. Another dot ball and just 2 off the over, as well as that crucial wicket. Hopefully we'll get more help from the other end this time, and will we get a third over to bowl? Right, we're back in for a third over, but Barnsley are cruising again now. They just need 22 off 18 balls. Edwards hasn't added any runs, but Cinder's moved on to 16 at the other end to put the home side in a strong position. Let's start with an off-break delivery then, just the standard one to the left-hander. Should go in towards the wicket as well. Tries to play an expansive shot, and it's just beat the fielder in the infield, so it will be a single to start the over. Probably not what we were hoping for, but we've got the right-hander back on strike, where we've been far more effective so far. So we'll go for a flighted delivery, try and tempt them into attacking, and again we're just going to keep bowling it straight at the stumps to make sure they get out if they make a mistake. An outside edge on that one, and it's gone straight to the fielder for a dot ball. A good start to the over again. It looks like we've already got plenty of skills as a bowler. We're going to go for a standard off-break delivery, try to continue our tight spell here. It's just a bit too far to the leg side, and it's been flicked away for a single to the man at square leg. Edwards off the mark, Cinder back at the crease. It looks like they're refusing to attack us, which is good, and it means we're leaving our teammates with a chance in the last couple of overs. Another standard off-break delivery, the left-hander attacks it, and he will get at least a single here, might even get 2 due to the placement, but it has been cut off for 1. A good bit of fielding, which keeps it at just 3 off the over. One more ball which will really determine our success here. We're going to try and bowl it at the stumps to the right-hander. He's gone for an attacking shot. Is there anyone out there? The fielder's not going to get there in time. He's going to go for 6. And what a disastrous ending that is. After such a brilliant spell, we tried to be a little bit greedy in the end, and unfortunately we went for 6. It was still a decent over, only 8 off it, but unfortunately at this stage of the match, it has ended up costing us. We were probably the most economical bowler of the lot, so I'm not going to be too hard on myself, but we didn't really do the job with the bat, which is probably part of the reason we lost. So there's the confirmation we lost, but we did take the first wicket of our career. We also got a good boundary in our batting innings, but we still look entirely unconvincing with the bat. We did look like the last ball went for 6 on camera, but it must have only gone for a 4, as our figures have only gone up from 8 to 12, which does make us look a little bit better. So despite the team losing, it wasn't a terrible individual performance. 10 runs off 14 isn't ideal, but it was nice to at least hit a couple of shots well. And then with the ball, we were absolutely fantastic. We've got by far the best economy of the team, just 1 for 12 off 3 overs, an economy of 4 per over. That's exceptional for T20 cricket, even at club level that's some going. So a disappointing result for the club, but the first promising signs of our career. Let's go and have a look at when we'll next be back, so we can plan our next episode and which form of the game we want to show. It'll probably be another T20 after this, as it's the first time we've looked a half decent player. Good news, we have levelled up again, so we have got 1 skill point, which we're of course going to use on the batting, and I think we're going to have to go for footwork. It's the only one available which will help improve us, so we're going to push our footwork up slightly, and hopefully that'll help when we go for the back foot shots. So we'll confirm that purchase. We are improving gradually, and fingers crossed before too long we'll start to look a half decent player, particularly with the bat where we struggled so far. That's the area I'm most eager to impress. Okay, as well as our skill point, we've also added our first perk of the series. We've set ourselves up as a traditionalist, so we're less good at the special shots, but we're better at those traditional strokes, the drive, the cut and the sweep, the ones that I'll be looking to play as a test batsman anyway. So we've done that one, so let's go back to our career hub and see when our next T20 is. We've got 1 in 3 games time, so we'll try and get to that point if we can. I guess it depends how well we're doing in the other games. If it looks like we're on course for a 50, or maybe even a 5-wicket haul with the ball, then we will obviously come back to see those, but if not, we'll be back for one of the next 2 T20 games as we try to improve gradually at club level and look a bit more impressive with the bat. I do want to go and get used to the game, so we will play a couple of the long form ones off camera, and fingers crossed I'll be a much better player next time you see me on Thursday. But if you did enjoy this bumper episode and the 2 games that we got to see on camera, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments how you're getting on in the game. Are you struggling as much with the bat as I am? You saw in the Ashes Test playthrough I was competent with good players, but it really does reflect the fact that when you've got poor attributes, you also are a poorer batsman with poorer timing and accuracy. And to be honest, that's an absolutely fantastic thing. Not many console games can replicate that. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, as my channel name gives away. We'll also have 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. If you are enjoying it and you're new to the channel, please do subscribe for regular content from this game, and why not go back and catch up with our Ashes Test playthrough, which really was an enjoyable series. We'll also continue our weekly Snooker 19 career every Friday at 4:30, but a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and your continued support with the series and the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we look to build our club cricket career.